Yo. Woo. There you go. Check, check. Are you ready for the Astro-Weather week? We're talking about October 13th, 14th, 15th, and 16th. Cancer. Leo Moon. Getting ready for that Virgo Moon. Let's talk about it. Libra season's winding down. And there's some new peace in the world. Pew. Grand Rising, everybody. A little late today. I'm coming at 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific. And the boys are off this week, so went to bed late last night. So, how you feeling? Right? We got the Cancer Moon conjunct Jupiter today, and it's really activating that nice sort of grand water trine as we march forward towards the end of Libra season and the Libra new moon on the 21st. Go watch that video. I put it out late last night. Really good, and really getting you ready for this new energy. You know, it seems like we have real peace in the Middle East, and our president was there and going to Egypt as well. And let's just stay positive, and hopefully we can have the same with Russia and Ukraine. But this is what the energy is shifting to. But just be mindful. It can also be the illusion of peace, because when we have these huge energetic shifts, February and April of 2026, the plot twist could change again. So I just want to remind you of that. I don't want you getting too caught up in like, oh my God, this is great and da da da. You know, I'm an optimist, so you know, but the exchange of hostages and all that. But really, it's about you. Look at your Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces charts. They're going to be lit up today. And, you know, for a while, because October 22nd, right after the new moon and the start of Scorpio season, we're going to have Neptune re-enter Pisces. And that's Coffee Talk this Friday. So you can book it today. Sign up. It's only $13. Astrological Coffee Talk, my mini Coffee Talk with Eric, 65 minutes, Friday, October 17th, this Friday. And we're talking about 8 p.m. Eastern. Okay, so this is going to be muy importante to learn about this transit. Okay, and it's going from October 22nd to January 26th, but it's getting you prepared for more clarity, more self-acceptance, more self-reliance, and being more sovereign. And this retrograde back to Pisces during this time is to help you to see through the veils where you have been misled, deceived, where you've lied to yourself, where you've been a little delulu, right? Where you maybe were practicing some escapism. But it's also an opportunity, because it's conjunct Saturn, to implement and bring in long-lasting new spiritual discipline and practices. That's my hope for all of you. You know, please don't take it lightly. I may sound like a broken record, but I'm telling you, science has proven it, right? Science is always catching up to spirituality. But science has proven that we are changing our DNA and our brain the more that we tune in and meditate, when we connect to our spirit guides, our higher consciousness, when we're just still and quiet. We have to turn off the cell phones, the computer, the iPad, the television. We even take it away from the kids. So, you know, this week with this Cancer, Leo, and little Virgo Moon energy, more so Friday, maybe late Thursday night, you know, because this Cancer Moon, we're going to get again a little Leo Moon on Tuesday morning. So Tuesday, Wednesday, and then un poquito Thursday, and the Virgo Moon, very end of Thursday, Friday, a little bit of Saturday. So it'll be a Virgo Libra Moon, you know, weekend for you. So just, you know, tap in and really, there's an energy of purity this week that is helping us to integrate this new beginning with this Libra new moon coming on the 21st, right, on Tuesday. and Scorpio season on the 22nd on Wednesday. So really feel into it, but really get out of your head and get more into your heart. That's what's always going to guide us and help us, as I tell you, to become the president and leader of your own life and to tap into your intuition. That's going to help you. All right. And today is a real good day for feeling into our ancestors. Gratitude for our mothers and grandmothers, the moon conjunct Jupiter. Thank you, Mom. And my grandmothers were both Libras. No accidents. So as we get ready to get to the chart, listen, Coffee Talk, it's on the website, BigEAstrology.com or Eric at BigEAstrology.com. Sorry, kind of itching. I didn't shave this morning yet. I'm saving my shave to get ready for my big show tomorrow night. Oh my gosh. Listen, custom design wellness. Larry Stern, the host of the Real and the Woo podcast, Gemini Sun and Moon, Libra Rising. She's coming on tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Eastern. I cannot wait. She is a ball of fun, but she really uses the different modalities of Reiki, yoga, chakra alignment to help you to find your clear path, not just to ascension, but to come back home to yourself. And she's got such a great sensibility. It's going to be a fun podcast. She's a firecracker and just really dynamic, okay? So you know how those Gemini ladies can be. You don't want to miss it. Knowledge is Love Astrology Podcast, Tuesday, October 14th, 7 p.m. Eastern. All right? Be there or be square. The show's already up. And then you got to come back Thursday a little earlier, 6 p.m. Eastern. My astrology friend, Laura Bruno. She is writing a brilliant book on NDEs in astrology. And the 16th is my awakening day, 40 days out of coma. Can you imagine 40? Forget the biblical, just, it's a long time. I was asleep. I flatlined, died, basically went on the other side, never saw a moment of darkness, had a very distressful, dark NDE, which 8 or 10% of them can be. And it was really about the dark night of the soul, really battling and fighting spiritual warfare. And, she's going to explain the astrological placements that had me go in on the 29th, fall into coma on the 6th, but really we're going to focus on the awakening of October 16th. And it's powerful. Her book is brilliant. She's genius. Another Gemini. And what's so funny, I came off of Lloyd Strayhorn, Larry Stern, Laura Bruno, and then Leah on next Monday. So 4 L's. Somebody with the numerology, get into that, right? That's really powerful. I didn't plan it. That's the universe. I really go with the flow in terms of when I connect with people and my guests for the podcast. And wow, yeah, the universe is really doing something with that. And so my L ladies are, Tuesday, Thursday, and then Monday, 8 p.m. Eastern with Leah, who's a cancer survivor. So those podcasts will be going up. Make sure you come, but come and celebrate my new birthday of October 16th and being alive and awakened and well. And Laura Bruno, she's gonna, my mind is blown because she had to research different things, different asteroids, centaurs that play a role with NDEs, Chiron, Black Moon, Lilith, Moon, Mars. I'm in her Moon and Mars chapter in her book. You're going to learn about it. All right. Let's get to the chart to check out the rest of this Cancer Moon today. And Leos, get ready for some intermittent fasting Tuesday, Wednesday. No drugs, no sex, no alcohol, no cursing, no meat. Eat lighter. When the moon comes back to your natal sun, that 48 or 60 hours, because it's there for 60 hours, but you don't have to do the full 60 hours. When you integrate eating less, lighter, no drugs, no sex, no alcohol, no cursing, whatever, it gives a period of time to purify the temple and to heal yourself each month on the cellular level. It really works. I've been doing it for a while. I'm not saying I'm perfect at it, but I try when the moon's in Virgo, as it will be next weekend, to maybe do a little fast. I may do a little 60-hour fast, eat lighter, things like that. So I'm actually looking forward to that, and I think I'm going to do it this week. I'm ready to take a break from eating food and have a little lighter energy on. I can't talk this morning. I'm still a little tired. It's rained 4 days in a row here, and the humidity's been really high. And that's part of the reason why I left New York City. I had 13 surgeries, and the humidity on the East Coast and New York is crazy, crazies. And so monsoon season, sort of August, September, un poquito October in Arizona, we do have a lot of sometimes humidity and sometimes the rain. And when it comes, because it's so dry here, our normal humidity is like between like 15 and 20%, sometimes even 10 to 20. And high humidity here is in the 30s. Well, lately we've been at 91, 78, 88% this morning humidity. And my body starts talking to me. All right, so enough about me. Let's get to you and the chart and the Astro-Weather week, and go watch our new episode and subscribe to our channel, The Stars and Cards Lounge, Elena and I. It's Astrology Meets Tarot, and it's really good. There's a lot of teaching. There's a lot of fun, and I think you would like it. You know, she's got a huge following, like 250,000 subscribers. She's amazing, but the energy we have together as a Virgo and Aquarius, it's marvelous, darling. So come and support, have a good time. But we broke down for all 12 rising signs the energy of this week, so you really want to see it through the tarot cards and astrologically. All right, and you look at the rising sign first, then the sun and the moon. But go to Stars and Cards Lounge and go watch the energy for this week. Right? BigEAstro, Astro-Weather week. Let's bring up the chart. Pew! Alright, make it happen. Monday, the day of the moon. I was born in September, but I was ready in June and eager to patrol with my shining soul. I claim to be the glue to the globe and reclaim the names for the brothers that been framed and shamed in this dirty and righteous game. Never lame or tame, stay dry in the rain. I go against the grain between TV, film, and hip hop. The whole world will know my name. Man, you're not ready. And I could heal your pain. So, okay. Cancer Moon, Lucy. And the Libra Sun. Let me do it right. All right? We're looking at 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern. It will come out probably even later than that. I got to edit and all that. But we got the Mars and Mercury moving along, headed towards that trine for the Libra new moon. Watch that video. I think I went ham. I really tried to give you guys a good message. And watch how it broke down the Pluto Stationing Direct today video. That's out, and hopefully you enjoy that. And our friend Venus is about to go into Libra, and I talked about that. Okay, that's happening like within the next hour, I think around 3 p.m. So, but we're at the 20th degree. This is the Libra Gemini Deacon. These are the more social, friendly, flirty Libras. They are very creative with their hands. They're good healers, good chefs. I have a great friend who's on the podcast, Heather Parisi. She, helps women with their hormonal balance, right? She's a naturopathic practitioner. She's brilliant. And she's a great wife and mother, but she is a Libra, and, this is her deacon. And so you're going to see these people who are, she helps them with progesterone, estrogen, and testosterone, especially for pre-menopause, menopause, and post-menopause ladies. Check her out. She's brilliant. So Pluto is direct. So we're going to have this grand air trine today as we have the Libra, Pluto, and Gemini. And with Pluto stationing direct, there's a energy about, and oh, by the way, crypto took a huge hit this weekend. That was intentional, but it's, gonna go back up. You just got to be careful. I'm always about long-term investments, and, I'm also looking at more gold and silver, but, you just have to be intentional. But we're coming off of Venus opposing Saturn in Pisces. And so you may have felt over the weekend some restrictions in relationships, maybe even some issues with the car, things like that. And that's going to shift. And when Libra comes in, it's immediately opposing Neptune. Okay? And so this is where we could be a little delusional about buying a Ferrari, a Bentley, a Porsche, a Rolls Royce that we don't need. We could be a little unrealistic and delusional about a person we meet for dating a relationship. Or, oh, my spouse is cheating on me. My boyfriend, he was looking at my best girlfriend and made a comment about her shirt, and you can get jealous. Like, just breathe, because you're going to feel this probably, I'll say, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. That Venus, but you have the support of the trine. Because Venus, Pluto, because with Pluto and Uranus and Venus, you'll realize on a soul level that you don't have to be deceived. And maybe you'll go do a little Google search and you'll find out, oh, my wife, my husband, they love me. You know what I mean? Like, it's just a fleeting energy. And we have to understand that. Some of these energies are so potent and strong that they could have us feeling a little cuckoo for a few days. Okay? And that's what happens with some of these placements. But it's not forever. So this is why you got to watch the sky. Go outside, look at the planets. Oh, and go watch Omni, Awaken Evolution, the podcast with Felix, Lady Menza, Anjani Seagrass, and Eric Taylor, BigEAstrology, talking about astrology, all melanated astrologers. It was beautiful. It was brilliant. Go check and support his channel. He's a great, great guy. Moon, Jupiter. So this moon should finish up at about 26 on the East Coast, 27 on the West Coast. So it should be around 3 degrees tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 noon Eastern. And actually, no, we're already at 2 p.m. Eastern. So sorry, it's going to finish up at 25 and 26. So then tomorrow morning, the moon should be at like 2 in Leo, okay, at 12 noon Eastern. So we'll see. But you're wrapping up and you're having the trine. So this moon is trining, came off the trine to the North Node, which is now at 17. But it's trining Saturn today. So this is really emotional discipline, spiritual discipline, being in the flow. Some people may tease me. They tease me on the Stars and Cars Lounge, but this could be a day for a good Epsom salt bath with your crystals to manifest. Listen, talk to that water, right? But remember, you want for your body, unless you have natural spring water, we're electromagnetic beings. Get out there in the sun, but get the fruit. Because the fruit is the H3O, and that's how you get the berries and the melons and apples and pears. I've been eating some plums, apples and pears lately over the weekend. Oh, God, it was so yummy. So tap into that. There's a lot of energy about the truth. Mercury conjunct Mars. It can be shooting from the hip. It could be a little verbally aggressive or explosive, but this is great for investigation and research, okay? And remember, you want to come to Coffee Talk this Friday, but then the following Saturday, oh my goodness, 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 noon Eastern, 2 hours, $22. Eric at BigEAstrology.com. Wifey will be making a graphic and putting it up on the website. You need to come. I'm doing the charts of Charlie Kirk and Jeffrey Epstein. Yeah, okay. Not in public, but in private. Okay, so you want to come to that. But Neptune and Pisces transit, you don't want to miss that either. Let's get to Tuesday. Have a good Monday. Get in your feels. Have some nostalgia. Maybe journal. And with this moon squaring Chiron and Jupiter, this is an opportunity to heal your younger self. Write a letter to your younger self. Give yourself permission to not be a victim and to be brave and courageous and be like, that happened, but that doesn't define me. I'm healed. I'm good. I'm in any hood. I wish somebody would. I love you. I just want you to know, like, I do my rhymes on the show, and some of them are good, some are okay. But I am a real MC, and I have two hip hop albums. I may re-release them. Hip Hop Forever by E Complete, my first album. It's really good. And my second album, True Speaker. But I don't want you to think like I have fun. Some of my rhymes are real tight, but like I'm no joke. Like I can really, really rhyme, and I can really, really battle, and I could really destroy any human being verbally with my words. Because that was my training. I went through military training as a verbal Jedi. Please don't ever get it twisted. All right? I'm a very nice, mild-mannered gentleman, but I'm an Upper West Side, New York City kid who is a younger brother of hip hop, and I'm very nice and friendly, but don't get it twisted. Okay? I'm just keeping it real. All right? I'm one of them cats. I'm 55. I'm from NYC, and I spit the poetry easily and naturally. All right? Astro of the week. Let's get to Tuesday, Mars, the 14th, Big Astrology. Thanks, Pluto. Thanks, Venus. Pew. All right, Astro-Weather week. 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 noon Eastern, a little bit earlier on Tuesday on my Grizzy. 2 degrees. Good gosh, I called it. Leo Moon. We'll finish up at 8, West Coast 9. Tomorrow when I see you, should be at 15. And we're, going to have a nice sextile with the Leo Moon and Venus. And the Leo Moon is opposing Pluto, but it's direct now. So this is solidifying the freedom and hopefully bringing good communications with our president in the Middle East, in Egypt and Qatar and, Lebanon and Iran. We need stability, but there's also issues with China and, the trade wars and the tariffs. And, they were supposed to meet the end of this month and maybe they won't, but, China is not really having it. There's issues with Colombia, Venezuela, right? That ship we shot wasn't Venezuelan drugs and it wasn't fishermen, they were Colombians. So, there's a lot on the world scale, and we've got to tap into truth and revelation, but this is going to be more so for the people. The moon in the mundane chart in Leo is the people, right? The people want the truth about the entertainers and the government. This is going to bring up more conversation about Jeffrey Epstein in the list, okay? Now, remember I told you this Lilith is hanging out still back in Libra, right? And that's sort of making it in conjunction to Saturn. So there's something where we're being deceived, right, about maybe the pharmaceuticals and this and that, and about the boundaries. Things are not so clear with that. So that's why I told you about this whole thing of peace. Not so fast, Lucy. Okay, pay attention. We also have the moon sextiling Uranus and Gemini, which is retrograde. So there could be a lot of downloads you can receive in nature with movement and things coming back up about some of your skills or your communications in the past. Be careful out there. A lot of censorship on the internet. Watch your mouth, what you're saying. I'm trying to just stay in the heart chakra, and all I focus on is love and peace and hair grease. But there's Neptune at 0 degree and Uranus at 0 degree until October 22nd, and Uranus to November 7th. It's intensified. So there's going to be some cyclones, hurricanes, flooding, extreme weather all the way through November 7th. And there may even be an early storm or cold freeze, like even Halloween or something. Like just be mindful. Something, bizarre that is not not regular weather between now and the 22nd, and between now and we're talking about Scorpio season, and November 7th, okay? But this Leo moon is also going to trine Neptune. So this is a great day, Tuesday, to initiate something creative. E Complete should write a new rhyme tomorrow. Like, this is a great time to book a Libra birth chart sale chart reading, the moon tracking service. I'm telling you, you learn about the moon for a full month in your chart, and then you start watching it, it will change your body health and intuition, your emotional mind, your response, your reactions. Because I explain for your personal chart how the moon is affecting your planets through each sign and house in your birth chart. It's a brilliant service. Everybody that does it is just like, wow, and they're blown away and they love it. So this Leo moon will be hitting and trining that Neptune and the Pluto. So the fact that the moon, the people, and our emotional mind is hitting these generational outer planets, I feel like there's going to be some big announcements for the collective on Tuesday. Okay? And eventually it's going to square all the Scorpio energy, and you're going to feel that more on, I would say more on Wednesday, okay? But there could be some interesting news Tuesday, and maybe some truth, some revelations, But the Leo moon, I want you to just stay centered in your heart, do something creative. Right, that trine to Neptune, definitely sing, dance, poetry, write, something creative, okay? You're gonna really feel good. And Jupiter is getting closer to the retrograde at 25 degrees on the 11th. All right, Astro-Weather week, Tuesday, lift the weights, upper body. And I'll see you for Wednesday, all right? The 15th of October. BigEAstro Astrology. Pew. All right, Wednesday, October, the 15th of October, 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 noon Eastern. And also, don't forget, you want to join the tribe. It's basic, it's $10, premium $23. And on the 24th, we've got Victoria Richardson, the Rapid Renegade. Oh my God, this past Friday, we had Rebecca Vidanoff, and she'll be coming on the podcast on the 27th or 28th, the 28th, Tuesday the 28th of October. In the Akasha, go follow her. YouTube, TikTok, IG, she's brilliant. She did a guided channeling and from the Galactic, and broke down and was showing and helping people and get readings of the Akashic records. So these are the type of people we have at the tribe. Victoria Richardson, the Rapid Renegade, she's going to get into Psych K and human design. It's going to be marvelous. The tribe is www.community.BigEAstrology.com. We have 2 monthly meetings. There's discount on services. There's just so much in there. It's so yummy. We've got 19 groups, all different topics: crystals, herbs, homesteading, next generation for the kids, astrology, numerology, tarot, human design, relationships, self-love, creativity, business. What's on your mind? Just sharing what your thoughts are. Business, you can promote your business. We're 39 strong now, and it's growing, and the tribe meetings are twice a month on Friday evenings, usually 7 p.m. Eastern, and it's just, it's very humbling. Like, everybody is amazing. The presentations, the guests we have, and then November 7th, we're going to have energy healer Joy Baker, and she's going to do energy clearings for everybody that comes. She is amazing. She's been on the podcast a few times. A lot of these people have, but they're amazing people and practitioners. And then that's the 7th, and I think the 21st, I may do a little astrology breakdown for the holidays, maybe for Thanksgiving and Christmas. Who knows? All right. So that should be kind of fun. And I look forward to that. Maybe I'll just focus on Thanksgiving and later I'll do Christmas, but we're gonna get into the astrology. So how you feeling this Wednesday, miércoles. And look at that, Lucy. So remember I said 2 was going up to 8 or 9, and then it should be, boom, 16. So this moon should finish up at 22, 23, and then finish it up 23. So then Thursday, we should, get into the Virgo moon between 1 and 2 p.m. Eastern. So that's going to be half at Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, the Virgo moon. So it's a Virgo Libra moon, and then a new moon at 28 degrees. So this Libra here, moving along, and remember the birth chart sale ends on the 22nd. In Scorpio, you start on the 22nd. Okay? Now, I think it's interesting, Lilith is still hanging out here, the end of Libra. Okay? And it's really speaking about us having our intuition, about our relationships, about, right, Venus, think about our entertainment, our devotion, our connection to the crystals. Okay? So, Wednesday is emails, communication, you're busy, but it's the lungs, your ears. You could have some ringing in the ears, especially with this Pluto, Uranus energy. Venus is still trining in and opposing Neptune. But you can get some quick flashes and visions about your finances, about your car, about arts, culture, entertainment, seeing a concert or a show. God, I haven't seen a musical concert in a while. We saw, I think a few years back, oh God, I always forget his new name, but Mos Def and Erykah Badu. Incredible. Such a good show. I'm ready to take the boys to a concert, but I just don't know who's safe, and so many people are doing some weird stuff, It's hard to take kids to shows nowadays, and a lot of the music is so terrible. But this Leo moon is coming off the trine of Ceres. So it's about being nurtured and cared for and initiating that. A lot of hugs Wednesday. How about giving a hug? Don't be stingy. Uh, you should be doing that Tuesday too. But I would say the Leo moon squaring Mars is going to be challenging. Okay? You're going to feel that early, I would say between 11 a.m. Eastern and maybe to like 2 p.m., maybe 3. So this is, issues around our health, issues around entertainment and politicians, issues around our creativity and our self-expression. Why you always probing? Why you want to ask so many questions? You don't ever tell me anything about you. Why do you want to go down that rabbit hole? Why do you need to know the truth about everything? Different things. Okay? But Moon Mars, respect your mama. Don't be arguing with your mama on Wednesday. Okay? I don't want to hear about that. If I get any emails, you're going to be in trouble. She was mean to your mama. I was really nice to my mom. She was the best. I hope you're watching the replay of Laurie Stern and I on this Wednesday. If you missed it, it was amazing. So go watch that. And then get ready for Thursday with Laura Bruno. The other thing I would say with the Jupiter squaring the Chiron, the moon is going to get ready to trine Chiron as we're going to bed in Aries. And so this is definitely where through purity and joy and our self-care and nurturing and inner dialogue, remember the negative words and thoughts, we have to cut them off here so they don't get dispensed and come out of the boca of the mouth. That's not going to help you. And I see so many people don't even realize that how they speak disparaging or just disregarding who they really are. You are so much more than you can ever imagine. And you're so powerful. And your soul chose this chart. Your natal birth chart is a map of your life and the remembrance of your soul. I really encourage you, even if you've already booked a natal birth chart, you should be getting a solar return chart with me, every year on your birthday. And every few years, depending on your age or whatever, you should be getting a secondary progression chart. Because it doesn't negate the natal birth chart, but it like lays on top of it, is showing how your soul has progressed literally since you're alive. You may not longer be a Libra. You may be a Scorpio, Sag, or an OG Capricorn now. And that's why you feel differently. You view relationships differently now. You're not passive aggressive. You're not codependent anymore. You're like, nah, I'm more like Sag. I'm more like, I want more independence and freedom. You see it in the progress chart. I'm vibrating all as a Scorpio now, like intense. But my moon's back at home in Capricorn, so I'm feeling at home with myself, right? I hope that makes sense. All right. The Libras, the sale, Eric at BigEAstro.com, but everybody else, BigEAstrology.com. And sign up for my newsletter. I should have another one coming out soon, maybe the end of this week. Okay? But listen, make sure you also sign up for our workshops. I'll talk more about that after I'm done with the charts. For the Chiron workshop, November 1st, and then the Astrology Cardology, November 8th. I'm working with Anjani and Jazz Aphrodite. Anjani Seagrass, Jazz Aphrodite. I'm in good hands. And we'll be coming live. I think I'm doing an IG live with both of those ladies. I may be doing an IG live for myself, and I'm going to go live on TikTok. And Stars and Cards Lounge is going to be going live shortly. So just, I'll be putting posts on my YouTube page, letting you know, or on IG when I'm going to be going live. So come and support and check it out. Never going live on TikTok, only with Rebecca and the Akasha, and I'll be on her channel early November doing that. Let's get to Thursday, the 16th. I'm going to play Jason, the day of Jupiter, Big E Astrology. Pew. All right, Jueves, Jupiter, Thursday. Try it Thursday. The day of the planet Jupiter, which is now 24 degrees. You see that? And these little shifts, these degree points, they have lunar mansions behind them, and 24 is a Pisces degree. So this is your wisdom, beliefs, and philosophies are very spiritually inclined today. And there's more compassion and empathy. This is a good day for, world stage events and different things. It's a good day to sign up for my astrological life transformational program, 5-month commitment, but your life will be transformed for the better forever. This Leo moon, 28 degrees, right? It's going to go in 2 more degrees. It will go into Virgo around a little bit before 4 p.m. Eastern. Okay, so then you'll have it Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. And then Sunday, later in the morning, we'll get into the Libra moon. Okay? So, enjoy this little bit of this Leo moon coming off of the trine to Chiron that I spoke about. And then it's literally in conjunct the Saturn. And there's something tricky announcement governmental-wise. And let's see, Lilith, if it's still hanging out in Libra, and the sun. So the moon was also coming off of sextiling the sun, which is nice. And the Lilith is back in Scorpio, darling. Is it? Yeah, right there, back in Scorpio. So this Lilith in Scorpio is squaring Pluto, okay? And in conjunct Uranus. So there's some news that may come out about this government shutdown. They're acting like they don't care, you know what I mean? So whether it's left or right, they're acting like, I don't even know what to say, you guys. 2 wings of the same bird, a spit it absurd, from the ghetto to the burbs. Forget the blurbs, listen to the words, kick it to the curb. Watch your enthusiasm, you need an eargasm. Watch the schisms and scasms. Watch how I bring it, swing it. I don't sling it. You don't want to wing it. Watch your choices. Your voice is moist, kid. All right. So when we get into this Virgo moon though, right? Thursday, Friday, and a little bit of Saturday, Virgo sun signs, you could do the no drugs, no sex, no alcohol, no cursing. Darn it. Hot sex on a platter. But no drugs, no sex, no alcohol, no cursing, no meat. I'm not going to do no meat Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I'm just not going to be able to do it. I was supposed to be in that video, Double X Posse. I wrote an article in college for the newspaper, the Diamondback, reviewing Double X Posse. Yeah, I was doing radio and little journalism in college. My major was radio, television, and film. So, yeah. And you're going to see this Virgo moon as it will conjunct the Virgo South Node. Now, Venus and Libra, we're kind of feeling more at home with our aesthetics. This is where the fall fashion is going to really ramp up, okay? You're going to be really feeling that. And this is, opposing the Neptune as we start to pull away. I think by Friday, you'll feel a little bit of today's the last day. Friday, you're not going to feel this opposition anymore. It's pulling away. And you'll start to feel more connected to what you value and what you're devoted to in your relationships. Thursday's the day of Jupiter, so squatting, hiking, walking, lower legs, leg press. But also your wisdom, beliefs, and philosophy is expanding, It's activating the Jupiter, which I told you is at a Pisces degree. So this is really a nice, harmonious, spiritual day. And value your friends. Let them know, like, yo, I appreciate you, man. I respect you. Thank you. Okay? The sun is opposing Chiron. And so this is where you can really tap in, these last couple of days here, you really tap into how, and you're going to feel it today, tomorrow, even through the weekend, Friday, Saturday, where you can look objectively at the relationships in your life that created different wounds and realize no victimhood. Thank people for teaching you these lessons. Thank you for teaching me about, jealousy, loyalty, this, that, pity, that, envy, you know what I mean? Like, we have to learn that things happen for us, not to us. And we're not a victim. You agreed with that person that was going to come in your life and break your heart and cheat on you. You agreed with them on a soul level. So they're part of your soul tribe to awaken you, to help you remember who you are now that you're back here. Earth School, this is the hardest place to go. The bravest souls come here. Most people don't want to come here. This is like an experimenting planet. Okay? So this is a good opportunity to be like, you know what? Yeah, that person really got me to become a better man. They got me to become a better woman. They taught me to stop being so insecure. They taught me to start trusting my intuition more. Do you get that? I hope so. And it's not really trining anything, but Venus is still trining. You're still going to feel with Pluto. This is the last day you really feel that trine with Pluto and Uranus. So this could be dating over the internet. Maybe you meet somebody. I met my wife on Match.com. Don't hate. Don't knock it till you try it. 17 years. Going strong. Headed towards 18 years of marriage. We've been dating now, or been together. She's my longest girlfriend, 18 years. Literally, the longest, I think, girlfriend I ever had was like a year, maybe 13, 14 months. I kind of ranged from 7 months to about a year until I met my wife. Then it was like forever, but yeah, I have no hatred towards any of my exes, even the ones that hurt my heart, and I feel bad the ones that I hurt their hearts, but it was never intentional, and I think they all would tell you that I was a good man. That's why I have all sons. I never mistreated the ladies. All right, I'm not saying that was perfect though. Astro-Weather week, the 13th to the 16th. Have a great Thursday, and make sure you're signing up for Coffee Talk, BigEAstrology.com or Eric at BigEAstrology.com. Friday night, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific, 65 minutes via Zoom, Neptune in Pisces. Astro-Weather week, Big E Astrology. Pew. Yeah, that's it. Astro-Weather week. Oh, and Thursday, that Virgo Moon. Just so you know, when I see you in the same bad time, same bad channel, Friday morning, that Virgo Moon is going to wind down Thursday, probably I would say 4 or 5 degrees. So when I see you Friday morning, should be around 11 degrees. The most 12. That's if it's going mucho rápido, okay? But so as I was saying, listen, not just coming to Coffee Talk, sign up for the Chiron workshop. Saturday, November 1st, 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific. 2 hours, $32. Book it at BigEAstrology.com. Anjani Seagrass and I are going to take you from this Chiron workshop from the wounding to the medicine. Because Chiron was, one of the most gifted centaurs about healing. Okay? And his daughter was a part of my chart of my NDE, Okura. Okay, I just learned that from Laura Bruno. You're gonna find out. You better be coming Thursday night to the podcast, 6 p.m. Eastern with Laura Bruno, checking out the NDE the astrology of my NDE and my awakening. It's gonna be. She's brilliant. I mean, we geek out and nerd together talking about astrology of Virgo and the Gemini. But you don't want to miss it. And Tuesday with Larry Stern, The Real and the Woo, another Gemini. 2 back-to-back Geminis. I got to double check what Leah was. And then Lloyd was the Aquarius. Now, if Leah is a Libra, I feel like maybe she's I can't remember, but like she may be an Aquarius. That's like all air signs and all else. That would be trippy, okay? So that's it. But Saturday, November 1st, 6 p.m. Eastern, Anjani Seagrass and I, you bring your Chiron sign, house, and degree. You're going to get a little presentation and a personal reading. Then, this is all getting you ready for 2026. If you come to both workshops, you're going to be, I've got a couple of people signed up for both of them. Jazz Aphrodite, astronumerologist, author, singer, cardologist, she's brilliant. We are going to give you the astrology and cardology forecast for 2026, personal readings for you based on your birthday and your sun, moon, rising. You got to come with those. Breaking down your abundance and your soul's, getting you aligned with your soul's purpose for 2026. It's going to be powerful. So we're going to have a brief presentation of the energies, and then we're going to get into the personal readings for you. And that's 2.5 hours, $46. Jazz and I are going to go in. It's going to be outstanding. And the cardology is so fascinating. I'm like, I want a reading. She's read me on the show, but like I need to book like a detailed reading because I don't really get the cardology. So I'm fascinated by it. But this has been a great Astro-Weather week, the 13th, 14th, 15th, 16th. Cancer, Leo, Virgo, Moon, and just enjoy, have a great one, and please support all my stuff. I work really hard for you guys. I try to give you a lot of stuff. I may come on Saturday night. We'll see. I got the podcast Tuesday, Thursday, and then Monday, but I may show up for Libra. Libra, Uranus, I did Jupiter, Saturn. I may do Uranus, Pluto. Yeah. You 70s babies. Okay, remember Pluto was in Libra from like 71 to 83. And Uranus was there, I think, 74 to... No. Uranus was there in Libra, I think 70 to 77, or 69 to 76, something like that. So, yeah, I want to break that down for my Libra folks. All right, I mean for my Gen Xers. Drop your X's. I'm a Gen Xer. We're the last generation that grew up like without all this technology and with real real tough independent kids. Don't mess with Gen X. We don't play. All right. I love you. Astro-Weather Week. Big E Astrology. Hope I see you at everything. The podcast, the coffee talk, the tribe, the workshops, Chiron and astrology cardology. Come join me. I'm having fun and dropping that knowledge. I love you. Peace.